Hey, hi, hello, let me move this sweater out of my butt. Wow, okay, so, if you haven't realized, I'm late by about a week. Usually I feel like filming these at the last week of This is the September update, and it's now October when I'm filming this. I don't like doing that, but I, for lack of a better term, forgot entirely, because there's been one game that has been hurting me. And it doesn't matter. You don't want to hear about that right now, because you'll hear about that in a minute. I want to start this off a little bit differently with a slight unboxing type thing. I just realized it has my address all over it. So what I'm going to do, not being prepared, let me get a piece of scissors. There we go. The Otaku USA magazine came in, and because I live in Canada, getting an American magazine usually takes a very, very long time, and I usually get issues very late. So it's always interesting to get them. I usually don't read them because by the time I get them, I already know everything that's going to be in them, but they're still nice to get, and it's the only, in Canada anyways, that I know of, anime magazine that I can even get. And the only one that actually I think publishes manga still. So there we go, I just wrote my address there. So here's the back, and the reason why I want to do this on camera so we can both see what the cover is, because I don't know yet because my address information was covering it. So, let's just flip this around, and the cover is, oh. It's Sword Art Online Season 2. Damn it. Well, that's a shame. And you might be thinking, how dare you make fun of Sword Art Online? It's the best anime. I don't think anyone could get into the first season. And if you did, good on you. But, there was way too much bullshitting and skipping around for my liking. And I heard it got even worse by the second half. I couldn't even finish the first half. But I liked the premise, which really sucks. But, I know, unsubscribe half of you, I'm sorry, but, just my opinion. So, these magazines kind of cool, basically has reviews on animes, things are coming out, some video game stuff, you know, it's otaku stuff, which is a shitty word to use if you know the definition, but, yeah, it's always cool to get. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Oh, is there a poster? Oh my god! What is this? So they got a Naruto Ninja Storm poster on one side. On the other side, they have the Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse poster. That's cool. I'm not sure if you can see Goku there. There he is. That's cool. I don't think I'll be ripping it out of there. And there's the manga. It's upside down because reading it, you know, left, right, left, whatever. Love Bites. That looks like Blood Lad. I don't know. Yeah, it's just cool to see write-ups and stuff like that. I usually don't read them too often. This one looks interesting. There's a lot of... What is that? Oh, seriously, guys? Okay, whatever. I know you guys probably can't see that, but they're re-releasing High School of the Dead Collector's Edition! Full-size bandana, whatever. 4 deluxe postcards, whatever, paper. Special booklet, okay, cool. Oh, cool, a sticker! Awesome. Basically, they just wanted a reason to re-release the show with the OVA. And because it's Sentai, it might cost probably 50 plus bucks. But whatever, that's a lot of complaining in the first 4 minutes of me showing nothing and talking. I apologize. So, if you don't know, anime and manga, and, well, I haven't actually done too much research on manga lately, but anime has been really iffy. All the stuff I really wanted doesn't come out until October this month. And November. The one thing I thought that was supposed to come out in September, actually technically there's 2 things. One of them they said they're not going to ship for me for 2 months or something. But one of them was the One Piece box set. And they said Amazon was going to get it early so we could get it in September 30th. But for some reason mine still says November something. So maybe they meant Amazon.com and not CA. God damn it, Funimation. You always do that to Canadians. It sucks. But I know there's all those Right Stuff guys out there who've gotten it probably by now, because Right Stuff always gives things out early, and I hate them! But I love them for what they do. So, But if you do or do not know, September and the beginning of October is a huge time for video games. So there's a lot of video games here, but not a lot of the new releases that you expect I should have. But if I'll show beforehand, this month is really iffy, guys. I apologize. This is not a good month for me. I've been really out of it. But I got two Blu-ray for anime. That's it, I think. I haven't been doing too much watching. I actually started watching C. I think it was called C plus C. I talked about it in another video. I think it was last month's video. And a subscriber said it was like his 4th favorite? I could be wrong. Maybe you said 2nd, 4th, 2nd. I don't remember. Sorry. But because of that, I started watching it, and I watched the first half in one sitting. With me, that's very unheard of, and I really enjoy it. And I have to watch the second half. With me, I hate finishing anime because I know either there's going to be a disappointment or great. And that's why I watch so much things halfway and then end it. But I will finish it because I really do like it. But me blabbering on way too goddamn much. I got Dragon Ball Season 3. Season 3. And Seasons 5. And you're probably thinking, what the hell? That's random. For the Blu-rays, I found them for like 23 bucks. They were like 26 after shipping for me. And for Canada, that's a really good price. Mostly where you shop. If you guys don't know, Canada sometimes really sucks for deals on anime. When America can get it much cheaper than this. So finding these for 20-something bucks was a really good deal. And Season 3 is a great season. It's been so long since I've actually, how can I explain this? Where I've really just sat down and watched Dragon Ball. Like, seriously. And Season 3 is, I think, a great spot to start because, you know, you skip the you skip the Saiyan Saga, you skip the second half of that, which I forget what they called it. And Season 3 is basically really where Dragon Ball, like, went up, I think, in my opinion. Yeah. And Season, 5, I think this was the Android Saga, which I think is the beginning of the Cell Saga, which, Cell Saga, another amazing saga. So, really, I got 2 really good sagas. So, yeah, I'm gonna be watching them. Blu-ray, old school anime, the cells. Always when they take the cells of an old school anime, it's weird to say Dragon Ball's old school. An old school anime, and they up-res them, and they upscale them, and they clean them up, and you get to see the painted cells on Blu-ray. Usually they just look amazing. So I haven't actually looked at these yet. I should. I'm going to. And it'd be really nice to own all of Dragon Ball on Blu-ray because I would never have to buy any more Dragon Ball ever, unless they release the Ocean dub on Blu-ray. Which I really want the Ocean dub. I'm not going to explain the Ocean dub. If you guys don't know, search up the Ocean dub. If you're Canadian, that's the one you watched. Actually, hell, even America probably watched it too. That was the original dub. It's amazing. It's classic. I want it. I know they released it on DVD. I'm gonna have to buy that box set. I know as soon as I buy it, they'll release the damn Blu-ray because they hate me. So yes, the rest of it is video games. I'm sorry, this is a really, really, really bad video. All my videos are bad. You guys know that. I gotta take a damn chill pill. I got home from work. I'm gonna take a sip of pop, man. There we go. So let's talk about one of the greatest games ever released, and that is Biofreaks. What's that? What's that, listener? You've never heard of Biofreaks. That's probably a normal, great thing. A little bit of backstory with this game with me. If you've heard of this, then you know that this game isn't the best, but you might have some weirdly fond memories. I don't know. It is a fighter where you can saw off each other's limbs. If you take out all of their limbs, then they can't fight and you win. All the blood is green. I think you could probably change the color of the blood. I played the N64 version, and it's just a really weird fighting game. The back looks a little bit different than the N64 one, which I guess N64 would be better graphics, and I think N64 was 64-bit, and the PS1 was 32-bit. I think so this is might be technically a downgrade, but for $1.99, I picked it up in amazing condition. I actually even checked the bottom of the disc. Amazing condition. Yeah, I can't really talk about that game. If you guys, I keep on kicking the camera. If you guys heard of the game, then you know how amazingly bad it is. But yeah, I had to get it. I keep looking at this one game, but I don't want to show it yet because you guys know I'm going to talk about it for too long. If you guys actually friend me on... This isn't a plea for friending, but if you guys are friended on me, because I know some of you are, on PlayStation Network, you guys will know a lot of the games I'll be showing, and one of them is a very interesting game that not a lot of people know I have yet, which is going to be cool to talk about. So I'm going to talk about the 2 DS games I got. This isn't what I was just talking about. The 2 DS games I got, and that is Dementium, I think, The Ward, which is a DS horror game. It was one of the first DS horror games. It's a first-person game, reminiscent of Silent Hill-esque. I think they even say something about Silent Hill. It's Doom meets Silent Hill. Be afraid. That's a great way of explaining it. It's Doom meets Silent Hill. It's a first-person shooter on the DS. That doesn't sound that great, but it's alright. You can get stuck easily. It's like Silent Hill. You can get stuck super easily, but sometimes it might be a little freaky. It's not that scary. Actually, it's not scary at all, but it's a very interesting game, and it's one I was looking for a long time. I think I got it for $7.99, $10.99. Oh, I don't know. I spent probably... I gotta calm down and take a breath. I spent not a lot, but probably a little bit more than I should have, and it's just a really interesting... The reason why I bought it, it's got a bit of a nostalgic thing, a little bit. Back in high school, a guy I knew bought this game, let me play it. We talked about it a lot. It was a really interesting game at the time. And for cheap, really cool game. It's obscure, so if you guys see it, pick it up if you're really interested in it. They made a sequel, and the sequel they put on PC. They took a DS game, because the sequel is on DS, and they somehow took that game and released a port to PC. It blows my mind, but it's a thing and it exists, and it looks really cool. So, and some guy said he has a normal computer and he was getting like 200 frames per second because it's like a DS game upscaled. It's weird, but check that out if you can. Talking too much about a game, it's fun. Go play it. The next one is, I didn't play that much of it, which is sad because I heard it was kind of good. But you guys might see this and go, "Ooh, it's one of those games." But we'll talk about that. And that is Alien Infection. No, Infestation, of course. It's a, and I don't like this term, but I'm going to use it, Metroidvania type game where you know map, you get power-ups, kind of blah 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 blah, Metroidvania. Side-scrolling sprite work. And it's an Alien game. And it's one of the last released DS games out there. So if you don't know, it doesn't come with a Game Boy port. And I think, and this might be false information because sometimes it's not true. This one doesn't look like it's true. But you know a DS game is one of the last ones released when the cart is black. Not black-gray, like most of them are, but like pure black. Best example, Pokemon White 2, Black 2, I believe, was pure black. But yeah, it's just a very interesting game. I spent about the same much I did on Dementium. And I'm not sure if you guys can see that. It's just, it's like the original Metroid, Super Metroid, except not Ridley, but directed by Ridley Scott. So, smart joke. Not really. So, I want to talk about that game last, so I'll get to those last. So I got 2 PS4 games! This is an amazing update. I actually got more than 2, but technically I got one this month, and it's the one I've been playing. I haven't played the most. It's the one I played recently. And I want to talk about that one last, because it's so much controversy behind it. And I might talk about it more later. But we'll talk about this one first. And that is Wolfenstein, The New Order. That is my not good accent, yes? That almost turned into Borat. I'm a racist. No, I'm not. I gotta keep quiet. So Wolfenstein, The New Order. You get the exclusive Doom beta! I don't know if I'm getting a Doom beta or not. I bought this used, so I might... I'm so glad I didn't open this on camera because the game I want to show next that has controversy behind it is in the case. I haven't done that for years. That's amazing. So this is made by Bethesda, not really, but published by Bethesda, and maybe it was made by Machine Games. Looks like it. Oh my god, I gotta stop kicking the camera. Throw out everything you know about Wolfenstein. If you know anything about Wolfenstein, Wolfenstein was one of the first-person shooters. I played it as a kid on my old computer, my first computer, and it was amazing. Then many years later, I think in 2008, 9, I want to say 2009, but I don't know the date, they made Wolfenstein. I think it was just that, on last gen, which is weird to say, and it was a very interesting retake, but it wasn't a retake, it was a sequel. So yeah, where you played the same character, Billy Jenkins, Billy? We'll just say Billy. And you go out and you fight Nazis. That's the game, and it didn't do that well. Like, it did alright, but I think there was a huge bunch of flack about the online. Because the online was totally garbage. Which that shouldn't be a matter because an online is a feature, not, you know, the game. Well, that's a lie about the next game. Spoiler. This game actually took out all the online and they went totally with the campaign. And I'm not done it yet, I'm about halfway through. And the beginning is quite slow, but then it does pick up, and it's Wolfenstein. The only thing I don't like too much is if you can't tell from the cover, and I know Killzone took it from the Nazis, their character design, but the Nazis now look like characters from Killzone. All of them. All of the enemies. Once in a while you might run into a general dude who looks like a normal Nazi general, but you don't have your normal Nazis running around like in their normal Nazi uniforms made by Boss or whatever that company was. It's just, it's alright. It's not the greatest game ever by any means. And I kind of thought at first that Bethesda should be ashamed to put their name on here, but if you look back at what Bethesda releases, I think they're kind of like Konami, where it's like they have Metal Gear, but everything else is becoming shit except the new Silent Hill that looks great. Well, because it's directed by the guy who made Metal Gear. Same kind of thing I think with Bethesda. They have the Elder Scrolls series behind them, and I love the Elder Scrolls. Played it since Morrowind, gone back, played Arena, played Daggerfall. Love Oblivion, my favorite one. Skyrim, I love it. I put probably the same, if not maybe less, maybe more time into Skyrim, but Oblivion is where my shit's at. But those three games are great. But everything else they kind of released have been, it's just, this game is kind of there, but you can get a lot of enjoyment out of it. I like it. It says the Doom beta symbol is someone's face. Thank you, camera. But yeah, hey guys, Doom is coming. What? When? So yeah, Wolfenstein, if you can find it under $30, pick it up. For PS4. If you got a PS4, pick it up. If you don't, then wait for maybe 15 bucks. Because, you know, with PS4, it's nice to get some games for cheap that look great. Even if the game isn't great, a great looking game. The graphics, what I mean is, it's great to see right now what the PS4 can do. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And the next one has got so much controversy, and I just realized I probably took way too much time with the last game. And that is, if you guys follow me on Facebook, he's whoring himself again. That is Destiny. How can I say? Let's start off from what everyone knows. I need to take a drink. That is, it's made by Bungie. If you don't know, Bungie made a little series called Halo. Halo 1 through 3, you know, the only Halo games. And I'm not saying Reach is bad, I'm not saying ODST is bad, I'm saying another one is bad. Very bad. Like, the company who took over that has the 3 and 4 in their name totally shit on the series with a 4th game. Can you guess what it is? So I was kind of really happy that Bungie left Microsoft's arms and decided to make games all around. That was until I heard that they want to be with Activision. Activision has made some great games. Tony Hawk, great. But then they went to Call of Duty. And Call of Duty... okay, we're getting into tangents. Okay, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 are fine games. I like the first one better. The second one was pretty fun too. I really did enjoy at the time Black Ops 1. Great game, really. Well, the multiplayer. I really had fun with the multiplayer, is what I'm trying to say. The rest of the Call of Duties, you guys know you know. So, when I heard they were going to make a game with Bungie that was multiplayer only, I was not hyped at all. Like, zero. Until the week of release, when I found this for about $50, which is... This game can go for $69.99, so it was like almost $20 cheaper. Like, shipped was like $50. So, I could also get a 3-month card for another $15, so in the end I spent this game without tax. I got this game in 3 months to play online. So I tried it. And I've put a lot of time into this. I really do enjoy the campaign. Well, I enjoy what the game has given me. Sure, not a good story. And sure, very unbalanced multiplayer. But the game has so many things that remind me of Halo 3, which I love Halo 3. Halo 2 is my favorite. It should be everyone's favorite, but Halo 3 was still great, an amazing experience. This game has scenery and like stuff that reminds me of Halo 3, and it's just so nice. And the shooting's fun. Multiplayer, once you hit level 20, I honestly think don't go to the Crucible, whatever they call it, the multiplayer part of the game where you fight player versus player. Don't even look at it until you hit level 20, because it's so unbalanced at the moment. I hope they make an update that fixes that. Or make it so everyone, I don't know, matchmaking is what it needs. It needs actual good matchmaking that puts levels with levels, like Halo did. But as much as people bitch about this game, how can I say this? People bitch about this game so much. Some people say it's a huge disappointment, it's crap, blah 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 blah. And some people are retarded. Oh, I used a bad word. The word means slow. It doesn't mean special needs. Because you never call a special needs person retarded. That is a lesson from your old bud. And I really truly mean that. I'm not joking. But hopefully I just saved my butt. What I'm trying to say is there's people who've been spouting a lot of shit about this game, and they've put in 40 plus hours into it, and then they'll turn around and say it's utter shit. And I'm like, you put 40 plus hours into it. You got your money's worth. Like 10 overfold, man. And that kind of bugs me when people do that, where they put like 50, 40 hours into a game and then they say it's complete shit. And it's like, look how much time you put into it. How can you say it's shit? That's why I can't say some of the Call of Duties are shit, because I put in a lot of hours into them. They're not great games, but I can't say they're shit because I put a lot of time into them. And a lot of people do put a lot of time into them. That is a rant that I shouldn't have gone on to. Am I going to edit it out? Probably not! But this game's fun. If you like Halo, and you want a Halo game that isn't utter crap, play some Bungie Online. Play some Destiny Online. Have some fun with it. If you're really worried about the PS4 to PS3 graphic-wise, I've seen some PS3 footage. I've seen the PS4 footage. The PS3 footage is not that much downgraded. It's downgraded, of course. But if you got that version, don't feel shit about yourself. It looks fine. And plus, I'm not sure if you need PlayStation Network to play that or not on the PS3. If you don't, then get it on PS3. Get your free online. I apologize if I said something that has offended someone. Yeah, and I mean that. So, next is the Vita games. Here we go. One of these games is very important. The other two are very good Vita games, but one I haven't played yet, which is sad because it's been voted one of the best Vita games of all time. Which means nothing because the Vita's only been out for like 5 years, if that. So let's talk about let's put that one up first that I haven't played yet, that I really should, and that is Tearaway, made by the people who made Little Big Planet, which I really did. I bought my PS3 at the time because I really wanted to play Little Big Planet. Of course, I really wanted to play Metal Gear Solid 4, but at the time I had the impulse to play Little Big Planet, and I think that was the first game I got with my PS3, and it was great. I haven't played the second game, and I might not even play the third game, but that experience with the first game was fun. It was new. So to see a new IP from the company who made Little Big Planet is very interesting. I've seen some footage where you can you tap. This game takes a lot of the touch control, which means it will not work on the Vita TV. Where you can tear the planet, take a picture yourself, use pictures to make terrain to help you do things. I don't know. It looks really interesting. This game looks like it's one where you shouldn't probably play it portably. You might have to sit down and play it kind of thing with headphones, because I can only assume people who made Little Big Planet's gonna have decent music. Which, by the way, if you're gonna play Destiny on PS4, I hope to Goku that you have a really nice headset to listen with, because the music is amazing. I have the gold headset. Please, if you guys on PS4, use that headset. It's amazing, the music. But I gotta play Tearaway. So next one I played, but the last one is what we are into, is this, you can hear it, is that one. And that is the one, not the super good one, but the one that's really fun, and I played, but not a lot of, and I'm gonna go back to it. And that is Akaiba's Strip, or Akaiba's Trip. It's here it says Akaiba's Trip, but the game is about stripping, so I know they use that as a joke. But Undead and Undressed. If you don't know, this is the sequel to the first game. But when they brought it down to America, Canada, yada yada yada, English countries, they gave it another title and act like the first one doesn't exist. I believe the first one was on PSP. I believe this actually was a PSP game that they upscaled. That could be wrong. Don't trust me on that one. How could I say? Basically, this is a really weird story. I'm just gonna say the basis of it. You're a boy. You wake up. You turn into a vampire. Girl saves you. You're less of a vampire. But if you lose your clothing, you'll burn up in the sunlight and die. You don't have to feed on people. You just eat a lot. That's all. And you're an otaku dude. And you have your otaku group who play video games and manga and anime. And you have some really famous anime voice actors playing their roles. And basically, there's other evil vampires who strip people. And when they strip people, they are granted and been told that they're going to get rare anime figurines. And your group in Akaiba, is the anti-place who's going to stop these evil vampire people and strip them of their clothing and turn them into vampires. Or into dust. Vampire dust. I think you understand. It's silly as hell, but if you're an anime fan, a video game fan, boom, here it is. It's amazing. If you're not an anime fan, if you're just a video game fan, you maybe should avoid this. But if you're huge into video games, huge into anime and manga, and other, it would be amazing for you. It's being released on PS4, it's on PS3, and it's on Vita. My hope is when the Vita TV comes out this month, this can be played on the TV with a PS4 controller. Portable and on console is my hope. I don't know how true that is. I haven't actually done any research on there. But I really hope that's the case. Yeah, it's really fun. It's really cool. Don't spend a lot of money on it, like I say about all my games. But if you're going to spend a lot of money on a game, this one has some controversy behind it. And I think the main part of the controversy is that to import it is about $100 for Canada. If you're American, maybe 80, maybe 50 if you're lucky, but it's not cheap to import this game. This is a game that some of my subscribers, let me take a drink, some of my subscribers have been asking me over and over and over again if I was getting this game. And I told them no, until I had an official confirm that it was going to be released down here or not. So it's an import, right? and I probably just gave it away there. And I told them no, but until I realized. And I realized after the months gone by that this game was probably never ever going to be released down here because of licensing. There was way too many licenses that they would have to license. So I picked it up for $40, which is an amazing deal in my opinion. And that is... Sorry. J-Stars versus Victory 45th Anniversary something or other. Yeah, it is, if you don't know, let's focus up here, is the Shonen Jump fighting game, which, hopefully it focuses back, there we go, which, a couple months ago, maybe almost a year ago now, was hugely anticipated by the anime and manga community, shonen people who really like shonen, and I wasn't sure if I was going to get it. But when I saw the price, and I made the judge in my head where it's probably never going to come out here, I had to do it, guys. So I picked it up for a really, really good price. And I've played hours and hours and hours. I've unlocked everything that needs to be unlocked. I've played everyone's campaign. The only thing I have to do now is collect the cards, which I'm probably not going to do because I don't understand them, sadly. And play the tournament-based campaign, which is, it's basically just fight this group, fight this group, fight this group, fight this group, instead of the story campaign, which gives you a story which I can't understand, and then it says fight this group, and then story you can't understand, and then fight this group. Very different, really. Sarcasm. And, but, okay. Is the game fun? Yes! Hell yes! You get to choose... How does it work? You choose one bot player, your player, and then the assist player. The assist player, once you get a certain gauge up, you hit the button, they come out, do their attack. Big downside of this game is everyone that's on the cover here and everyone that you know is in the game is not playable. There's players that can only be assist players, and there's players that can only be playable players. Or, not, what I'm trying to say is, there's a whole bunch of the cast, let's say 15 to 20 of them out of the... Actually, I don't even know. Out of the 45? Ooh, that could be wrong. Say there's 45 and only 20 of them are playable. That's probably wrong. Say there's 45 and 20 of them can only be assist ones. Either way, there's a huge chunk of characters that are not playable. Some of them which kind of sadden me because I would want to have played as them. I'm trying to look at the cover here and try to actually give a good one, but I can't at this current moment. You just gotta trust me, there are. It's a fighting game that has some issues. Probably the biggest issue is after a certain amount of hits, or a certain amount of combo type hits, the other player will get invincibility frames. Which you don't know is makes them invincible for a chunk of frames. Which kind of, it destroys the flow of the fighting. And that kind of really, really sucks. I understand why they did it, because there'd be people I know who'd get juggled forever. Like, just how they made the fighting game. It's a bunch of people in the air falling and stuff. So people would get juggled forever, and one player would win easily. So they had to put invincibility frames in there for the game to flow right, and not reprogramming it. But it ruins the flow, and it sucks that way. But it's amazing to play as Luffy. It's fun to play as Naruto. It's fun. It's amazing that I can play as Gon from Hunter x Hunter. I want to call him Gintama. I know his name is like Ginteshi, something, I don't know. I'm gonna call him Gintama. It's amazing to play as him. His run is him jumping on his motorbike with his sword. Oh, it's so fun. The one thing that kind of sucks is the playable characters for One Piece, I believe, is Luffy, Ace, and I don't know his name, but some head Navy dude, not like Whitebeard or anyone like that, but like some random Navy dude. And I'm like, you guys could have had like Luffy, Zoro, and Nami. Why not? No offense to Usopp, but Usopp was an ass an arc about 2 arcs ago from what I watched, and that pisses me off still. He's dead to me, but I love Sniper King. It's a really fun game. I don't think people should spend the 80+ on it, but I'm pretty sure it'll never come down here. I should give some clarification here. There's technically 4 versions of this game. You have 2 versions on the PS3 and 2 versions on the Vita. The 2 separate versions on both versions of the consoles basically is 2 different soundtracks. I can't inform you too much on there, but I believe, this could be wrong, that only this version that doesn't have the gold border, you can import your own soundtrack through the memory stick, which I thought, okay, why don't I just load the soundtrack from the other game into this game? I don't know how much that works, but to me that sounds like something you can do. And the reason why I got the Vita version, 1, it was an opportunity type thing, but 2, after doing some research, and I hope this is the case, I can play I apologize. I can play it on the Vita TV. I'm gonna take a sip of something here. But if I can play it on the Vita TV with a PS4 controller, then what's the point of the PS3 version, you know? Maybe the graphics, but you guys know what I mean. So, totally have to recommend this if you like Shonen series, if you like even one of the big, and they can't even be called the big 3 anymore because one of them is dead, the other one is dying, and, yeah, and one of them is One Piece, which will never die. Not even for my own bias reasons, but obviously, if you guys know how that... Shut up, Town. Great game. If you can get it for under 50 bucks, definitely pick it up if you're huge into this kind of thing. I wouldn't want you guys to spend the 80 to 100 bucks that some people have spent. And I feel sorry for those people who imported both versions. Holy crap, that'd be a lot of money for the exact same game, because they're the exact same. There's no difference. You can even you can cross-buy save, like take your save from one console, bring it to the other one, which is kind of cool, but might be useless when that Vita TV comes out. I hope. That is my really crappy video of the month. I gotta stop kicking this camera. What's in there? I've been playing the demo for Super Smash Bros. That comes out when I'm filming this. I pre-ordered it. Pre-order probably won't come until 2 weeks from now. Thank you, Amazon, for screwing me with that and Zelda. I know I spoiled 2 big things this month, but come on, guys. You guys know Zelda and Smash Bros. Are a must-buy. So thank you for watching. And I apologize for being really annoying and saying some very insensitive things. But I hope you enjoyed, at the very least. And if you didn't, I apologize. And I'm very sorry for making and wasting your time. But comment, rate, subscribe if you guys got anything really, really cool this month, or played or done anything with anything I got this month. Comment below. Tell me something. If you guys played Biofreaks, God, I feel sorry for you. But please tell me that one. That'd be really interesting. And yeah. Maybe a review coming soon of C+ or whatever C. And if you guys want, I might put some more in depth of either Destiny or J-Star Victory. But I probably talked way too long anyway. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.